Captain Marvel Part 1 made $1 billion because the movie was sandwiched between Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. The flack Brie Larson got for that movie role, her performance, her character's arc or its structure or its lack of. That Mary Sue character was adored by feminists everywhere from journalists to young activists, but general audiences hated that movie to their core. Every YouTube channel mocked that woman.
There's something a little off with Brie Larson's performance in this movie.
I mean, Brie Larson, the most likable movie star, made that hate train even easier to get on it, as she dropped gold after gold in content with all her constant alpha dog, try-hard activism.
I think that films can be an extended form of activism.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
If you're going to ask me questions, I'm probably going to talk about things that I'm passionate about, which is activism.
What? Am I saying that I hate white dudes? No, I'm not.
It's clear as a day, Marvel and Disney tried to hype Brie Larson as this epitome of leadership and feminist girl power icon through activism and other publicity stunts, but none of them worked in fact. I'd argue all of that resulted in counter-programming, where all that publicity made it much easier for people to hate on Brie Larson even more. Personally, I think she's a good actress. I mean, she's won an Oscar. She's not as terrible as Dwayne Johnson when it comes to pretending to be someone else. How is that Black Adam movie going, Dwayne? Did you change the hierarchy of power in the DC universe? It is no secret that Marvel's and the MCU's quality of content, whether for Disney Plus or for theatrical releases, the quality of filmmaking has been falling down and down for some time now. Ms. Marvel was another dog shit TV show that I watched only to keep up with MCU so I could review movies and TV shows in the future, unlike Brie Larson. She isn't particularly talented when it comes to cinema or acting. Her specialties include screaming or more cringe unfunny comedy. Life is hard when you have no skills. Strange how many young diverse female actors are popping up in the MCU nowadays. It's almost like a young Avengers film is on the horizon. And finally, the best for last, the most diverse female character from the WandaVision TV show, Captain Rambeau, who in opinion is a complete lunatic. Let me explain. Wanda kidnaps and mind controls a shit ton of small-town people, terrorizes them, and later puts all their lives in danger, very similar to slavery. Getting what you want by using humans as tissue papers, and what does the great Captain Rambeau do?
Monica, she blasted you halfway across New Jersey.
And I survived because she chose to protect me.
She's holding thousands of people hostage.
And it could have been thousands more if she hadn't put up her own quarantine.
Oh, she defends the lunatic and even decides to fight against the humans for trying to stop her and her imaginary children. I love how Marvel and Disney decided we should put these three wonderful women into one fucking psychopath of a movie. This is coming right after one of the biggest bombs in recent history, Ant-Man and the Wasp 3. Quantumania that failed to represent Kang as a strong contender for the position of the next Thanos of the multiverse saga, as they call it. Kang got his ass beat by a bunch of house ants. What in the name of Iron Man is this? I mean, look at the quality of the suits itself. Tell me they don't look like suits that CW actors wear. The budget seems to be as minimal as possible in order to avoid any kinds of losses. I hate it if you don't see it.
My name's the Human Spider.
The trailer gives me Guardians of the Galaxy and Taika Waititi's Thor vibes. But remember, the movie The Marvels is being written by the writers of She-Hulk and WandaVision. So every joke and every scene in the film would be at the expense of white men, especially straight white men, and since Nick Fury is attached to the project, I am pretty sure the film will ridicule his character even further than last time. Oh, you thought Nick Fury lost his eye in a badass fight or sacrifice? Nope, he was just being an idiot, messing with an unknown alien orange cat.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
Those bad guys still in there somewhere.
Oh! Mother!
The story seems like Nick Fury and Captain Rambeau are working together in order to prevent another Thanos or another army from invading Earth through the open airways of space. It's going to be super funny when Nick Fury meets Kang, who is said to beat up and kill Avengers, coming directly from the quantum realm. Oh my boy Nick, you wasting your time in space.
You ate my muffin. No. I love it.
Anyways, it seems like some kind of portal or a tesseract similar to that from Interstellar has popped up in space right across planet Earth. And Monica Rambeau is up there wearing a spacesuit trying to mess with the goober, when she suddenly gets switched to annoying Iman Vellani, the clearly 20-year-old actress pretending to be a 14-year-old character. So cringe.
I did not have to act one bit.
You don't say. You don't say. You don't say.
Who was it?
He didn't say.
I get why Captain Rambeau wore a spacesuit, because when she switches, Ms. Marvel shouldn't die without air. Somehow an average Avengers fan from planet Earth recognizes Nick Fury, the super secret spy. How? Who knows at this point? Like I said, MCU nowadays is consistently inconsistent. Soon we see Captain Rambeau land on some kind of a moon with her clothes on. Come on, Marvel. If she disappeared without her spacesuit, shouldn't her clothes below that disappear too? We see some Kree soldiers with hammers attack her on the moon, and as soon as she uses her powers being so vague that the writers could potentially do anything they want with them. And then we get our first look at Captain Marvel, the first Avenger. Seems like our favorite actor Brie Larson has lost a ton of weight and gotten really skinny. It's either that or Marvel and Disney decided not to add any pads below her suit to make her masculine or bulky, either one of those.
How hard was it for you to wear that muscle suit?
We actually saw this very same scene before in the Ms. Marvel TV show. I thought to myself back then, wow, this suit looks so cheap. I'm sure they'll upgrade it when the Marvels movie comes out. I guess not. Shows how much confidence Disney and Marvel has in these characters and this movie, compared to, let's say, something like Captain America movies. Remember how good the suit looked when Chris Evans wore it versus how terrible it looked in Disney Plus TV show when John Walker or even Black Falcon looked when he became Black Captain America. I am telling you, this seems like another Disney Plus TV show or streaming movie or even CW Flash or Supergirl level of quality and budget. It also seems like Captain Marvel has been highly nerfed in this film, similar to what MCU did to the Hulk, how he went from a murderous psychopath to a bumbling clown.
Time travel!
It does seem like Captain Marvel lost most her powers after Thanos punched her with that Power Stone. I mean, we haven't seen her use her powers ever since she got sucker punched by the Mad Titan. That what you get for hurting poor Dawn?
How about a smile for me, huh? People call me the Dawn.
The cringe acting that Iman Vellani brought to the MCU with the show Ms. Marvel seems to be ever so present throughout the Marvels trailer. Having to sit through 2 hours of Iman Vellani. Wow, that's just cruel, Kevin.
The KEVIN is processing this new data.
We see Brie Larson undercover in a funny costume in an alien planet similar to what we saw Thor go through in Thor Ragnarok, where he was running from the Grandmaster. Seems like a similar situation to me. We could also see Nick Fury preparing for a space battle. Very similar to what happens with his invisible battleship when a mind-controlled Hawkeye attacked it. We could also see the villain of the movie, a female villain. Yeah, I am pretty sure the villain would give a speech about how she faced sexism in her evil workplace and decided to kill every man on the planet. Dar-Benn, a character who seems to be wielding Ronan the Accuser's hammer. If you remember, Ronan the Accuser was killed by Star-Lord in the first Guardians of Galaxy movie using the Infinity Power Stone, and later he cameoed in the Captain Marvel movie. More female empowering messages for young girls, which is simply an excuse for Disney to gain free marketing from New York Times and other activist pages on Twitter. These are marketing tricks from 2010. Bring new ones, Disney. With all the bad CGI, TV quality action scenes, terrible suits, bad cringe acting, trash comedy, and CW vibes, I am not confident about Disney's next product, the Marvels.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next products.
Seems like we've seen this 1,000 times before. If anything, it reminds me of the new Shazam and Ant-Man Quantumania trailers. Big, loud, colorful visuals, bad unfinished CGI, and a ton of unfunny jokes. Oh boy, I can't wait to review and trash this movie when it comes out. Seems like another box office bomb for Marvel Studios and the great trillion-dollar company, Walt Disney.
I declare bankruptcy!
Anyways, people, I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye-bye.
I can tell you what a great boss you turned out to be. Best boss I ever had.
Oh, shoot. That's my cab.